G'day everyone, and welcome to part 2 in our series of big lap videos that we're doing. And in this one we show a little bit of what Coober Pedy is like above ground, and then we even go underground and have coffee and cake in the Desert Cave Hotel. As well as that, we're going to do a little bit of free camping as we make our way to Erldunda, which is where the video will finish, but a couple of nice free camps on the way, and then once we're at Erldunda we'll settle in there before going out to Ayers Rock. So hope you enjoy the video. I'm Mick, and this is Sally. Together we've been caravanning Australia since the 1980s, and more recently we started to put the videos together just to show you some of what we see out there. There's a lot to see in Australia, and we hope you enjoy what we have here to show you. Joining us on the big lap with their own van are our good friends Michael and Janice. You can follow us on our trips via the following social media platforms. G'day everyone, and welcome to part 2 of our big lap series, and we picked this one up where we finished off on the previous one, and that's in Coober Pedy, and we have a bit of a look around there and then we start heading north. When you first arrive at Coober Pedy and have a look at the surroundings, you could be excused for thinking there's not very much here. But unbeknownst to a lot of people, most of the dwellings and the big life is underground. The reason that a lot of the dwellings are underground here is the high temperatures that Kuba Pedi experiences during the summer months. The town does offer food, fuel and great accommodation. It's only a matter of looking and seeing what is available. For those people that travel around and like to find those big things, Kuba Pedy has got the big winch, and that could be found up here on this lookout, and that will give you a 360-degree view across the top of the town. After looking at the big winch, we went into the cafe and had a beautiful lunch here, and as well as meals, they have a great selection of souvenirs that you can buy that represents your trip to Coober Pedy. The main source of income for Coober Pedy is opal, and as we fly the drone over the opal fields here, or one of the many opal fields, you can see the shafts that have been dug to gain access to these opals. No trip to Coober Pedy is complete without going underground and having a look at something that has been constructed down there, and it was the Desert Cave Hotel that we went into, and we had a coffee and enjoyed a bit of time down there. As well as that, we also went through the museum. As we walked along the museum alleyway here, or aisle, call it what you like, the information that's on these boards is well worth the read. It certainly depicts and describes the history of Coober Pedy. We did read in the museum that the underground temperature was a constant 25 degrees, but in saying that, there was an air conditioner running where we were having our coffee. We took the short drive to have a look at the Serbian Church, and there is a small $5 donation for entry. As you walk down to go into the church, the colour of the walls just blows my mind, and once you get into the church and you look up, and you've got all that LED light that is letting the outside light into the church. This is one very beautiful area to walk around and admire. It was ideal travelling weather, and we were on our way again heading north. We had some idea of where we were going to be for the night, but we weren't in any particular certainty as to where that was. But beautiful day to be travelling, no wind, but the flies wanted to follow us, but that's part and parcel of this time of the year. We're here at Matheson's Bore for one night only, and after leaving Coober Pedy this morning, and we'll be on to Agnes Creek tomorrow night. No one here at the moment, fairly early in the afternoon of course though, so plenty of time for people to rock up, but so early in the season, so at this stage we've got it all to ourselves. Very large parking bay, this one, once you start to go out the back, and of course once again never pull up in the main part of the parking bay because that's not normally the best spot, and that's certainly the case here. Plenty of room for everyone, a lot of bare ground and a lot of flies as I said before, but this one's a great one. It's reasonably well placed back off the road. You can hear some noise if the wind is pushing the noise your way, but once again very little wind, so beautiful place to stop at. With some recent rains that have been up in the area, there's some nice green grass and a bit of water in the dam, and that was great to see. It was pretty much a full-on relaxing afternoon sitting around here, and that gave us plenty of time to have a coffee. There's a little bit of breeze about today, not a lot, but it was pushing us north, so that was ideal. And we're now headed for Agnes Creek, and this was one destination that I sort of had on my bucket list. Don't ask me why, but I used to see it driving past every week in the truck and thought if ever I was up this way with the caravan, I'd have to spend a night or two there. When we reached Cadney Homestead, we thought we'd pull in and just stretch our legs, and you can see a road train pulling out here in front of us. He didn't actually come out in front of us intentionally. I signalled him to come out. I saw him rolling up to the roadside there, so rather than have him stop, I flashed me lights and told him to keep coming, and then we rolled ourselves into Cadney Park. Cadney Park is a very popular truck stop, this one, and when you see trucks pulling into a roadhouse, you know that there's got to be something good there on offer. There's plenty of room for trucks and caravanners and travellers to park here at the roadhouse, and for those with caravans that are looking to break the trip and spend a night here, there is a caravan park out the back. We continued our way further north, and next stop was going to be Marla. It was here at Marla that we're going to refuel, and even at times when you're travelling in these areas up north you may not need fuel, but don't let the tank run dry and pull up somewhere and you think you'll fuel up there, because you never know, they may be out of fuel and you'll think, I should have got fuel before this. The Roadhouse has got a good selection of groceries and other items that the motorist may need, and for those campers that wish to spend a night there and break the trip, there is a campground out the back. From Marla is approximately 85 kilometres north, and then we start to turn into Agnes Creek. We moved on from Matheson Bore this morning, and we're at a place called Agnes Creek, and that's another free camp, and we're here for one night only. Agnes Creek is an extremely large rest area. The main rest area by the road is reasonably small, but once again drive right out the back and there's a huge area out there. We elected to park fairly close to the creek, and of course not wise to camp in the creek, but in doing so we found the ground quite uneven, but we managed in the end to get a level spot to pull up on, but where we were it wasn't easy to find. Agnes Creek is a very wide creek, and I'm sure at times when it floods it would run a lot of water. And as we walk down into the creek here, very clean sand in the bottom. And our day for us ended with a bit of colour in the sky. As we continue to make our way north, we cross the South Australian Northern Territory border, and then we have a quick look at Coober, and finally make our way to Erldunda, where our next night's stop was going to be. Seemed to be a little bit more traffic on the road today than what there normally was, and when we turned into the border here, it was quite surprising to see the number of visitors that were also there having a look at the border. It's a well set up parking area here at the border. It's got room for caravan parking here, and it's all line marked for that purpose, and plenty of room elsewhere for four-wheel drive and cars to pull up, get out, stretch their legs and have a look at the monument. For the traveller that needs it, there is also a toilet here at the parking bay. As well as a big monument here to say you're crossing borders, there are also lots of information boards here to read that share the information of the area. As you travel north and reach the monument, it clearly states "Welcome to the Northern Territory," and for those travelling south, it's "Welcome to South Australia." After crossing the border, it's only a very short run till you reach the first town in the Northern Territory, and of course that's the town of Coober. Coober does offer fuel for the traveller, and as well as that, for those travellers that wish to stay overnight, there is a campground alongside the Roadhouse. The Roadhouse isn't as big as the one at Marla, but it does offer some things that the traveller can purchase, and of course you can hang your bras up above the bar here. If you've got an old pair of shoes, you might even want to hang them up on the shoe line as you walk around outside. The campground is quite large and it can get very busy during the grey nomad season. We now sit back and do the final leg for today, and that's from Caravan to Erldunda, and it's here that we fuel up and book into the caravan park for the night. We do record fuel prices as we go along, and we keep that with our records, but I'm not going to mention fuel prices during any of these videos that we're making, because fuel does go up and down. But I can say that the caravan park here was $44 for one night. Oh, g'day everyone, and we're currently in Erldunda, and got here just before lunch today, and we're here for one night, and just fitted in nicely with our trip between Agnes Creek and arriving at Yulara tomorrow. It's a reasonable sized caravan park, this one, and it does offer power connection and water. We didn't hook up to the water, we had ample water to see us through until we got to Yulara, and it was bore water here, so we just avoided using that and survived on what we had. Erldunda has an animal sanctuary here, and it did list 2 camels and a number of emus, and we could only find 1 camel whilst we were here, so we're not sure whether there is still 2 camels or back to the 1. If someone does know, leave a comment down below and let us know. There is a swimming pool here, and it looks as though it's well and truly maintained as it should be, and I'm sure it would be very inviting on those hot summer days. Erldunda is a major truck stop area, this one, so for those travellers that like having a close-up look at trucks, this would be the place to do it. It's a very big roadhouse, this one, and it offers all the facilities that any traveller would require. Huge eatery in here, Bay Marie items, spare parts, some groceries, not a lot. And it's got a dining room, so whatever the traveller wants, I'm sure they'd find it here. As with most roadhouses in the Northern Territory, as well as your normal roadhouse items, it also has a bar. It was reasonably early in the day, of course, when we arrived here, and there wasn't a lot of traffic about, but it certainly soon built up and became very busy in the afternoon as we walked around. Quite a large number of emus out the front for the traveller to walk up and have a look at after they've had something to eat, perhaps in the roadhouse, or even refuelled and gone to the toilet, and very friendly, but keep your hands away from the fence. Getting into late afternoon now, and caravan park was nearly full, and we went over and gave the camel some fresh green grass, and then ventured on up to the sunset viewing platform to see what sort of sunset we were going to get. No cloud at all in the sky to really bring up that beautiful sunset, but in saying that, it wasn't too bad at all. Very strong yellow gold glow here, beautiful to look at. With a bit of cloud down low, it gave us a red sky to start the next day off. Good morning everyone, and it's a beautiful morning here at Erldunda, and I thought I was going to have the first morning on the trip without flies, but it's just like someone's flicked a switch and they're coming out, but never mind. We're going to end this video here, and With our next video, we'll be leaving Erldunda and heading out to Yulara and the campground out there to have a look at the Olgas and Ayers Rock. And if you want to have a look at that one, like and subscribe. And until that next video does go up, you take care and look after yourself.